Example 1.9. Adding fractions, mixed numbers, and whole numbers. This is the sum when 2 is added to 2/3. 2 plus 2/3 is just 2 and 2/3. You know what some students don't recognize? That 2 and 2/3 is just the same as 2 plus 2/3. This is the result when 25 is added to 3 over 2/3. So you can just add the whole numbers first. 25 plus 3 is 28. And then you add 2/3. 28 plus 2/3. So this is just the same as 28 and 2/3. This is the sum of 2 and 2/3 and 5 and 7 over 15. You add the whole numbers first. 2 plus 5 is 7. You add the fractions. So the LCD here is 15. What do you have to multiply to 2/3 so that you will have a denominator of 15? You will multiply it by 5 over 5, okay? 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 5 is 15. So these fractions now are fractions with the same denominators, and they are easy to add. You will just copy the denominator and add the numerators. It's equal to 7 plus 17 over 15. But 17 over 15 is 1 and 2 over 15. And so you can add 1 to 7. So that's 8. So our sum is 8 and 2 over 15. Example 1.20, total rainfall. A rain gauge stationed in a rice field collected 50 and 2/3 millimeter of rain in July, 72 and 3 over 8 millimeter in August, and 62 and 1/2 millimeter in September. What is the total quantity of rainfall collected in these months? So we will just add these 3 fractions. So this is a mixed number. So what we do is we add 50 plus 72 plus 62. Okay, so 50 plus 72 is 122. And then you add 62, that is 184. And then you will get the sum of 2/3, 3/8, and 1/2. So what is the LCD here? So the LCD here is 24. Why did I do this? Because I want to produce a set of fractions that is equivalent to our original fractions, but one that has a common denominator. So this is going to be 16 over 24, 9 over 24, plus 12 over 24. So you copy the denominator. 16 plus 9 is 25, plus 12 is 37, okay? Now 37 over 24 is equal to 1 and 13 over 24. So 184 plus 1 is 185, plus 13 over 24, which is 185, and 13 over 24 millimeters. So that is the total quantity of water collected in these 3 months. Jessica works as a math tutor in a review center where she is paid 450 pesos per hour. She taught for 4, 3.5, 2 1/4, and 5 2/3 hour for 4 days. How many hours did Jessica teach in 4 days? So we will add these hours, 4 plus 3 and 1/2 plus 2 and 1/4 plus 5 and 2/3. Find her total income from teaching for 4 days. So let us get the sum of the number of hours she taught for 4 days. So what you can do is you can first add the whole numbers. So 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 2 is 9, plus 5 is 14. And then we will add the fractions. So what is the LCD here? So the LCD here is 12. So 1/2 plus 1/4 plus 2 over 3, that is just equal to 6 over 12 plus 3 over 12 plus 8 over 12. And so this is going to be equal to, so that's going to be 14 plus 17 over 12. 17 over 12 is 1 and 5 over 12. So 14 plus 1 is 15. So the total number of hours she spent teaching is 15 and 5 over 12 hours. What is her income from teaching for 4 days? So she spent teaching for 15 and 5 over 12 hours. So her total income is the amount of money that she was paid per hour, or income per hour, times the number of hours. She was paid 450 pesos per hour. So you just get the product. 450 times 15 and 5 over 12. You know what? You can look at 15 and 5 over 12 as 15 plus 5 over 12. And you can now apply your distributive property of multiplication. Okay? Distributive property of multiplication over addition. You know what? In this course, we will spare the calculator. We will do this manually because we want to practice your skills in manual computation. When you go to college and when you take the entrance exam, you are not allowed to use calculators. You will compute manually. Okay. 450, let us produce the factoring for 450, that is 75 times 6. For 12, it's 6 times 2. 6 divided by 6 is 1. And so we are left with 6,750 plus 375 divided by 2. Where did 375 come from? It came from there, 75 times 5. Now 375 divided by 2 is 187 and 1/2. And so we add the whole numbers part. So this is going to be 6,937 and 1/2 pesos. What is wage? Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines wage as a payment, usually of money, for labor or services, usually according to a contract or based on an hourly, daily, or piecework basis. But you know what? Before I came to understand wage as a form of payment for labor done, I first met the word wage in the Bible. Because you have this saying in the Bible, the wages of sin is death. You can also use wage as a verb, to wage war, to wage a campaign. As a verb, it means to engage in or carry on.